Welcome, passengers, to this mile high wild ride of photos from the air. Not all of them in Alaska, but yeah, we got a good one for you today and a long one, and none of these audios are usable because you're in an airplane. So like, I'm just gonna talk the whole time this one, and I might throw you guys a couple facts and whatnot, but I'll just keep on chugging through this one. So bear with me and let's get ourselves strapped in and let's pull up our takeoff gear and let's turn off the seatbelt signs and send the waitresses down and get some peanuts and water and stuff. But no, this is really cool. So this was like a I don't know, kind of a friend of ours, like an acquaintance through like a worker and a boyfriend or something. He's a really cool guy. He'll know himself. So shout out to that, bro. Thank you, man, for taking me. This was fun. We were going up the Knik River. We went to the Knik River Glacier. That was super cool. It was like, and my dad's a pilot. He wants me to get my pilot's license and stuff. And yeah, I really, really need to because I heard the best way to see Alaska is from the sky. And at one point, there was more planes than people in Alaska, or just as many, I tell you. So, all right, let's get down to these facts. That's not a fact. That's just I'm just spitballing there a little bit. But all right, the fastest plane. Well, the Boeing 747-8 is one of the fastest cargo planes today. The Concorde supersonic jet could travel at over twice the speed of sound, and the military Lockheed Martin SR-71 Blackbird is the fastest plane ever built. Dang, twice the speed of sound. That means like you're seeing it way before the sound hits you. Wouldn't want to hear that sonic boom. But we'll keep on like I said, I'm just gonna keep on chugging here. Did you know that lightning strikes are common about once or twice a year? But the electrical charge passes through the plane's metal frame without harming passengers or critical systems. It's good to know. It's like that one guy just gets zapped. Oh shit, you were touching the wrong thing. No, black boxes are orange. The flight recorders, which are designed to survive crashes, are painted bright orange to make them easier to find. Wonder why they didn't call it an orange box. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm not gonna comment. No comment. Emergency floor lighting. Glowing strips along the floor serve as emergency lighting to guide passengers to exits during a power outage. Well, this is AI, folks, so like I kind of just think it's like, hey, maybe somebody's never been in an airplane before. They want to be described it visually. Maybe they did, but they were blind. And now they're listening to my video and they don't even see the pictures. But I'm just like, wow, do you see how beautiful that glacier is down there? It's so amazing and like blue and like it's got like a bunch of veiny things running through it. If you've never seen a vein, it's like a river. But if you've never seen a river, it's like a stream. No, I'm just messing with you. Imagine just something long and narrow. Oh, that's funny. Oh, did you know rounded corners on windows prevent stress from building up and cracking the window? A lesson learned from a fatal crash in the 1950. Oh no. Oh no, and then pressure differences keeps the door shut. Mid flight, the pressure inside the cabin is much higher than the outside air, making it physically impossible to open an airplane door. Oh geez. Wow. Oh, the small hole in the window. I was wondering about this one. The tiny hole in the window is actually a breather hole with helps equalize the pressure between the cabin and the outside atmosphere to prevent stress on the window planes. And this is a good one to know. This will help you out. And yeah, this flying over the mountains. Gosh, there's a little bit of turbulence when we hit those mountains because just the wind was like coming off of them. Oh, imagine how gnarly that would be. I've heard stories about people heli skiing. This isn't quite a helicopter, but going up to these mountains and skiing from like 13,000 vertical feet all the way down to sea level in the winter, go snowboarding or skiing. That'd just be amazing. And you see why when you're way up here and why they say, Alaska's the best way to see Alaska is from the sky. Because another fact from one of my other videos was only 1/20th of 1% of Alaska's land is developed. So it's really just quite a vast wilderness, and this is, the waters and stuff. I thought that was cool, all the silt and everything. But yeah, just a vast wilderness out there. It's really, you don't want to go down, but people land on skis and stuff with their planes. They go and land on the glaciers and whatnot, and that's pretty cool. But you got to be careful of like crevasses and stuff. You got to check it out. I don't know. I don't know what they do to make sure it's safe. Because what if there was like a place where the ice was like eaten away, or it was like covering a crevasse all snowy or something? That'd be interesting. But no, this was a really cool flight. I think it was in like a little 152. Just this. That's a pretty small plane. Like maybe just a little four-seater. That was fun. I got to take the controls a little bit. This might be what that's a video of on the way back. It's all messing around and whatnot. It's pretty interesting. My dad, he's like, he wants me to get into flying. He's like, it's like, we're into dirt bikes and bicycles and stuff, as you guys have seen. But yeah, that was the end of my Palmer trip. And there's this little salt shaker at the place we got a coffee up. And which one was it? The small coffee or the big coffee or the small things? But yeah, that was some interesting little place close to the airport. It was good. If I had the name, I'd tell you if I remembered. That's how good it was. No, just kidding. But all right. And then my dad always says that, riding a dirt bike is fun. You have like kind of any control. This is in my buddy's scrapyard. That's super cool. It's like a Jurassic Park plane, and that plane that was on the water. And then this is like out of Kodiak, I believe. We were like taking a tour or whatever. That was super cool, checking it out. And that was beautiful. And we had Nessie too. But yeah, okay, back to the dirt bike story. My dad's saying like it's 2D, you can go side to side or up and down on a mountain or something, but with a an airplane, it's like a 3D, you just like, you may not be on the dirt, but the air is your dirt. You can put yourself on the seat of your pants and adjust as much or if not more than on a dirt bike and stuff. And in a way it's kind of safer because like height is your safety in an airplane, like if you do something foolish in an airplane when you're close to the ground, you don't have much time to recover, because you can even recover from, stalling a motor or something if you go too far up. Because, like, I don't know if people know this or something, but, like, if you think about it, like, a lot of planes, they can't really fly, straight up. Like, that's just something to kind of consider, because when those, I don't know about a lot of those planes. Some of those jetliners you take off are really amazing, but some of those planes are pretty much going as hard as they can up when they take off, So like if you keep going, like mainly with propeller planes, most of the planes you take with jets, are jets. They're called that for a reason. They have the big turbines that are, they're jet fuel turbines that just push the air or whatever. But there's also like propeller type turbines and stuff. But anyways, if you stall your motor and you're high up, you can restart your motor. But if you're close to the ground, you hit the ground. And if you hit the ground controlled, it's called a landing. But if you don't do it controlled, it's called a crash landing. And then you're toast. You're cooked. You're fried. You're done. Pilots eat different meals. Pilots and co-pilots are served different meals to prevent both of them from getting sick from food poisoning if a single meal is bad. Well, that's just good planning. The air is dry. The air in a cabin is much drier than on the ground. Bring your chapsticks if you're going on a long flight. Did you know your taste buds change at altitude? Your sense of taste is dulled at high altitudes. That's why the drinks taste stronger and the food tastes worse. The biggest plane ever was the Strato launch. Is the largest plane ever built with a wingspan longer than a football field. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So this is somewhere over just like random islands off Kodiak and stuff. That was pretty cool. There's like, one thing is, man, Minnesota's the land of 10,000 lakes, but Alaska's the land of like 3 million lakes. It's just, when you see this going back here, I probably missed it when I was talking so much, but there's just so many lakes, like, on the land that is there, because at one point it must have just all been a glacier or permafrost. It's amazing how much the glaciers have receded here. My dad said the Whittier Glacier was like almost darn near close to the road when he was a child, or when he was young, when he first came here to Alaska. And now it's like you can barely see the glacier when you go there. It's all the way back at the end of the lake. And this might be a time flying from Seattle, so we're in a big jetliner. It's way out there. No, that's really cool. It's so beautiful. I recommend a window seat if you come up here on the right side. Get a right side window seat if you're coming here from like Seattle, because it's just a beautiful place. Oh, and this is taking off out of Anchorage. This is going from Anchorage. Sorry, a lot of my pictures are sideways here. I just sent them. I couldn't change them all because they weren't that good changed. Yeah. Did you know the world's longest nonstop flight was 9,500 miles and nearly 19 hours long? See, that's a challenge because the more fuel you carry, the harder it is to take off and the less, fuel mileage you get because those planes are just carrying tons and tons of fuel. I'm just going to double edit in here and add some more words because I can tell there's no words and you're listening to words. You like words, don't you? Ooh, airplane tires. Dude, you guys ever heard about airplane tires? Airplane tires are designed to withstand the speeds of up to 170 miles an hour and can carry 38 tons. They're so strong that they can endure landing and takeoff cycles over 500 times before they need to be replaced. Darn, that's cool. But all right, guys, I'm just going to flood your ears with some sweet nothings at the end of this video and really hope you enjoyed it and liked it and stuck around with me. Like I said, one take, one shot, one opportunity, all that M&M stuff we're getting. And that was Larson Bay. We just flew over that. That was so cool and pretty. Like Kodiak is just really an amazing place to go and explore and stuff. There's so many wild berries and the bears and the deers and the rivers are so beautiful and all that. It's really awesome. And that was just such a gorgeous river coming back. And here we're about to see Soldotna coming up, so that's really awesome. And Kodiak coming up, that's really cool. The water in Kodiak when we're going through a double rainbow portal, super nice. I don't know what this is video of. I should have edited that one more. So I did get interrupted. I couldn't do the whole thing. But here we go. This is the plane to Kenai, and then this is this whole Soldotna thing, da da da. And this is Soldotna again, I'm pretty sure. And there I am. And let the good times roll. Thank you.